Hey, it's Renee from Drop TV, and I'm here with my good friend Ryan Ward, and we're going to talk to him about special effects makeup.
When I was younger, we used to go on vacation to South Carolina, and the motels had HBO. That was the big thing back then, and one of the main shows that was on there was Tales from the Crypt, and my grandfather was a huge fan of that and huge fan of horror movies in general. So from the time I was about 3 years old, I started watching horror movies and just got kind of obsessed with them. The school, which is Tom Savini's special effects makeup program at Douglas Education Center, covers all aspects of the special effects industry. Everything from doing sculptures to learning to make appliances to applying the actual appliances to people, set design, prop design, fabricating eyes and teeth. I mean, there's so much stuff. I couldn't even list it all. It's not a typical 9 to 5, regular job, as a lot of people would say. It's something that I'm really interested in. It's something that I have a lot of open creativity in, and it's just I like the idea of being kind of free to do what I like. I recently shot part of a online commercial to be used for Kevin McCurdy's Haunted Mansion. What I did specifically for it was there was a lot of background pieces that, like, there's a chainsaw that's actually sitting right next to the guy that has a bunch of blood dripping from the chainsaw and like some dried blood on it. I did that. There's a severed hand that's laying on a table in the shot. And then what happens is we take a circular saw and the guy ends up getting cut down the middle with a circular saw. So I did the blood tubing and the effects for that of, the blood shooting out from him being cut in half. The special effects industry, as far as what we use for things, is kind of a funny thing because you pretty much use whatever you have. An example would be a lot of people love to use cornflakes as scabs. That's always a real popular one. Rice, a lot of people use as maggots. If you go to a grocery store after go and watch like a real elaborate horror movie, go to a grocery store afterwards and look at the stuff in the aisle, and you'll start picturing stuff that could have been in the movie or stuff that you could use that for. So it's a really funny thing because a lot of people would be surprised if they knew everything that was used. This makeup case, which right now has a lot of stuff we're going to use today in it, also has a lot of regular beauty makeup. That was one of the things we did at school, and they actually gave us the case and a lot of stuff in it. Besides that, I have my other case, which is usually my daily stuff that I plan on using. These are actually just liquid latex, real quick liquid latex appliances. We got a zombie bite and just some muscle showing through the tissue. And these usually if you have a budget on a movie, an appliance is really usually made out of foam latex, which you bake in the oven and it comes out. It blends in real well. It looks pretty much like skin, but this is a little bottle of fake pus to use for some nice little wounds. And then we got what's needed in everybody's makeup, which is some fake blood. We got some coagulated blood. A little thicker and a little darker there. I show, what I like to do because of the things that I sculpt, because of the way my techniques that I do makeup or that I make props, and I think it all kind of blends in with that, and that's the way I really show myself through my work. Well, my plans for the future, hopefully eventually to actually do a few movies of at least a good amount of budget. Probably still indie movies, but with a decent budget, so I can really show a lot of elaborate makeup in them. And I'd like to do a lot more sculpting. I'd like to do something with that. I would love to do something with making props and sets for anything from TV shows to movie studios. So it's really, I'm looking forward to whatever the industry has to offer, pretty much.